Freedom, in philosophy, is one of the most misunderstood ideas. Most people think it means doing whatever one wants, but true freedom is far more complex. Philosophers like Jean-Paul Sartre and Friedrich Nietzsche explain that freedom is not simply the absence of control, it is the awareness of responsibility that comes with choice. To be free means to recognize that every action, decision, and belief defines who we are. There are no external rules to guide us, only the weight of our own choices. This realization can be both liberating and terrifying because it places the full burden of meaning on the individual. True freedom demands consciousness, courage, and self-discipline. It asks us to create our own purpose in a world that offers none. In this script, we explore how to live freely, think deeply, and find meaning through responsibility and awareness. The first step toward true freedom is accepting the absurd nature of existence. The world does not follow a clear logic that guarantees fairness, purpose, or happiness. We are born without choice, we live with uncertainty, and we die without full understanding. This reality often creates a silent conflict within the human mind, a desire for meaning in a universe that offers none. Philosophers like Albert Camus describe this as the absurd, the point where human longing for order meets the world's indifference. Most people escape this truth through illusions, religion, routine, or distractions, anything that hides life's emptiness. But true freedom begins when we stop running. When we accept that the universe is silent, we stop waiting for external answers and begin to create our own. Acceptance of the absurd does not lead to despair, it leads to awareness. Once we see life as it truly is, we gain control over how to respond. We realize that meaning is not found, but built through conscious living. In accepting the absurd, a person achieves mental clarity, the foundation upon which freedom stands. It is only through facing life's emptiness with honesty that we discover our power to fill it with purpose. After understanding the absurd, the next step is to redefine what freedom truly means. Most people believe freedom is about unlimited choice, doing whatever we desire without interference. But existential philosophy teaches the opposite. Freedom is not about removing all limits, it is about taking responsibility for our actions within those limits. Jean-Paul Sartre explained that humans are condemned to be free, meaning we cannot escape the burden of choice. Every decision we make defines who we become. Even refusing to choose is, in itself, a choice. Therefore, freedom is not the ability to act without consequences, it is the acceptance that consequences are what make choices real. The mature individual understands that freedom without responsibility leads to chaos, and structure without freedom leads to oppression. To live freely is to act consciously, to think before we move, to decide with intention, and to understand that our life is our own creation. True freedom lies not in breaking boundaries, but in shaping our existence with awareness and purpose. Once we accept that life has no built-in meaning and that freedom comes with responsibility, the next step is to create meaning through action. Many people wait for motivation or purpose before they act, but philosophers like Albert Camus and Viktor Frankl argued that purpose is not discovered, it is built through what we do. Every conscious action, no matter how small, becomes an act of resistance against meaninglessness. When a person chooses to work, to create, or to help others despite uncertainty, they transform their freedom into something tangible. Action gives structure to existence. Without it, freedom remains only an idea. The moment we act, we define ourselves. Each decision becomes a statement of who we are and what we value. The greatest mistake is to wait for life to reveal meaning instead of participating in its creation. Through action, we take control of time, energy, and destiny. Even failure, when faced with awareness, adds depth to our understanding of life. Meaning is not a reward given to us, it is the result of effort, persistence, and engagement with reality. By choosing to act instead of retreating into doubt, we shape a life that reflects our values. In the end, doing becomes the proof of being, and through consistent, conscious action, meaning emerges naturally from existence itself. To live freely in an absurd world, one must rebel, not through destruction, but through passion. Rebellion, in philosophy, means the refusal to give in to despair. Albert Camus believed that rebellion is the act of saying yes to life, even when life has no clear meaning. Passion becomes the expression of that rebellion. It is the force that drives creativity, curiosity, and the desire to experience life fully. When we live with passion, we refuse to let the absurd silence of the world control us. We transform indifference into purpose through intensity and awareness. This does not mean reckless pleasure or endless desire. It means choosing to engage deeply with what matters to us, our work, relationships, and inner growth. Passion gives energy to existence and transforms routine into art. A passionate person lives intentionally. Every day becomes a chance to express their freedom through creation and effort. Passion does not erase suffering, but it gives it direction. It turns pain into movement and emptiness into potential. To rebel through passion is to live with open eyes, aware of the absurd, yet unafraid to dance with it. True freedom cannot exist without responsibility. Freedom gives us the power to choose, but responsibility gives those choices meaning. A person who seeks only freedom without accountability becomes controlled by impulse, desire, and chaos. Responsibility, on the other hand, grounds freedom in awareness and moral strength. Friedrich Nietzsche explained that the highest form of human maturity is self-mastery, the ability to govern one's instincts and act with intention. To be truly free is not to escape rules, but to create our own ethical structure through reason and understanding. Every action we take affects others and the world around us, whether we realize it or not. Responsibility reminds us that freedom is not isolation, it is participation in life's larger system. When we balance the two, we gain harmony, the ability to live according to our principles while respecting reality. A responsible person uses freedom wisely, turning it into creation rather than destruction. They do not blame circumstance or fate, because they know that every choice reflects their inner values. Balance is what separates freedom from chaos and wisdom from arrogance. In the end, freedom without responsibility is emptiness, but responsibility guided by freedom becomes strength, purpose, and true independence. The essence of freedom is incomplete without recognizing the freedom of others. Every individual shares the same existential right to think, choose, and define their own life. When we impose our beliefs or control others, we violate the very principle that allows freedom to exist. Jean-Paul Sartre described this relationship clearly: our freedom only becomes real when it coexists with the freedom of others. Respecting another's independence does not mean agreement, it means understanding that diversity of thought is part of human existence. A free society, like a free individual, depends on mutual respect and boundaries. Compassion becomes a philosophical necessity, not weakness, but awareness. It reminds us that all people face the same struggle for meaning and self-definition. When we try to dominate, we limit both ourselves and others. True wisdom lies in cooperation, not control. By respecting another person's choices, we strengthen our own moral integrity and contribute to a more conscious world. Freedom grows when it is shared, not when it is imposed. The individual who learns to coexist peacefully with others' autonomy discovers the deeper dimension of liberty, one rooted in empathy, balance, and collective understanding. The final step in understanding freedom is realizing that it is not a destination but a process of evolution. Every choice, mistake, and experience shapes who we are becoming. Freedom allows constant transformation. It gives us the opportunity to redefine ourselves as we grow in awareness. The person who truly understands freedom knows that it requires continuous reflection. Nietzsche believed that human beings must become creators, not just of art or ideas, but of themselves. This evolution demands courage, the courage to leave behind old beliefs, to question inherited values, and to build a life that reflects authenticity. Through this process, we learn that freedom is not comfort, it is growth. It challenges us to face discomfort, uncertainty, and change with open eyes. When we evolve through freedom, we stop being passive observers of life and become active participants in shaping it. Our identity, purpose, and understanding expand with every conscious act. The highest expression of freedom is transformation, becoming wiser, more self-aware, and more connected to the truth of existence. In this way, freedom becomes not an escape from life, but the very means through which life finds meaning. Freedom is not a gift to be received, it is a responsibility to be understood. It begins with awareness, grows through action, and matures through self-discipline. To live freely is to accept life's absurdity without fear, to create meaning through our choices, and to respect the same right in others. Every decision becomes a reflection of who we are and who we wish to become. The journey of freedom never ends, because each moment demands consciousness, honesty, and courage. True freedom is not found in escaping limits, but in mastering ourselves within them. And when we evolve through that understanding, we realize that freedom is not the absence of control, it is the presence of purpose.